Hi, my name is Al Green. Not that one, but the struggling guy who was in the music industry for years trying to sell talent and songs to agents. The agents befriended me and taught me techniques that I want to pass on to you through my program, which is called You Can Talk, You Can Sell. Anyone who has ever taken this program has excelled in selling and either risen to the top of their company, their team, or the top of their field. It's called You Can Talk, You Can Sell, and you can get it right here. Are you still struggling, having trouble trying to accept the fact that you can be successful? Let me just explain that your brain can cultivate anything that you set it to do. It's just a matter of thinking in the right direction. You can cultivate success by thinking success. There are many people who decide they're going to do something without having any clue as to how they're going to do it. They just decide they're going to do it. There are millions of hours of stories of people who have decided they're going to do something impossible by most people's standards, and yet they achieve what it is they're going to achieve. I can give you examples. Let me give you a simple example. Lady Gaga, who, when she was younger, decided she was going to win a Golden Globe. Now, did you know her from that? No, but she went on to win one because she got a chance to star in a story, and she was awarded a Golden Globe. Now, she didn't know how she was going to do it when she decided to do it. When I was doing certain things in my career, I didn't know how I was going to achieve them. I just decided this is what I'm going to do. And one of the secrets that many people just do not understand is that when you decide to do something and you commit. That means you put your mind to it and your heart to it, and you actually commit that you are going to do this thing, whatever it might be. It doesn't matter if you're going to play in the major leagues or if you want to attract the biggest client of your life or your company's life, or do a standard of something that no one has ever done before. It doesn't matter. You look at the people that have done things that have broken world records in sports or athletics, and they just decided they're going to do it. I could mention all kinds of names, and I will mention them in my course, the six-figure selling system. But I want to get you to the level of success because altruism is something that is born in us. And if you're a person that likes people and you like to do good, there's a reward in it just for you. But you have to make sure that you make up your mind and you stick to that conviction, because when you do, when you are convicted and you stick to doing something that you claim you're going to accomplish, believe it or not, you start attracting the people that will help you get there. It's not even a principle that I can explain logically, but there are so many stories of things that happen to people where it's almost like they're lucky. No, it's not luck. It's by attraction. They attract all of the right circumstances that get them where they need them to go. That's what success is. It's not because you did something great. Sometimes the person who did something great did it because of the fact that they decided that they wanted to do it. They have, in the words of Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich, you have a desire that is absolutely uncompromised. It's what they call a burning desire. And when you have a burning desire, you start to do things that get you in the direction of that which you want to accomplish. And I don't care if it's winning a marathon or if it's training yourself to be in a profession that is very, very much your target, whether it's technology or medical science or whatever. There are people that decide they're going to do things. You hear about teenagers, kids in high school. that come up with ideas and they actually do something with them because they decided not only that they can do it, but that they will do it. You find people that have overcome adversities in providing electrical systems for their town that doesn't have any electricity in other lands, and you can read about this on the internet. There are many, many true stories of people who have succeeded because the mind said they're going to do it. They made up their mind to do it. And that is cultivating the success in your own mind so that your brain will adapt and you will start to move in all of the right directions to get you where you need to go. When you decide you're going to be a top salesperson, it's just a decision. All it is a decision. The principles of getting you there are so simple, and yet they have to be firmly in place. You have to be open-minded. You have to be willing to work. You have to be willing to take the hits and the failures, because every hit and every failure is another lesson of how to succeed. Believe me, over 4 decades of selling, I have sold in so many different situations, and yes, there were times I lost. Yes, there were times I made a complete fool of myself. But who cares? I learned from it. I learned how not to make a fool of myself. I met people that I wanted to meet and surprisingly found out they weren't necessarily the nicest people either. But I worked with them every way that I could, and I wormed my way into getting there. One of the things that I cover in the 6-figure selling system for you is how to get past the gatekeeper, how to get into those companies that are impenetrable. The companies that are maybe they're not top secret, but they have security like it's a top secret thing and they're hiding the most incredible thing. Yeah, it's not necessarily going to get you there, but you can find your way in. There is somebody that can walk into that company. Why can't it be you? What do you need to do? When you become mentally altruistic and you're willing to help people get whatever it is that they want, you will get what you want. It's a very interesting principle that you put the other person's needs first, maybe their desires first. You help enough people get what they want and you will get what you want, because people will propel you and they will refer you, and you will find more business by referral and by reputation. Wouldn't you like to be known as the king or the queen or the emperor of your market? Sounds funny, but you know what? There are people that make those kinds of claims, and they deserve it. They work for years to get there. But you don't necessarily have to put in 32 years to get to be in that place. You could do it starting now. When you take the 6-figure selling system, you'll see what I mean, but you won't know until you take the system. And you have to stay for the ending, because there are things in this that are not taught in any sales training anywhere. I've taken dozens of training courses. They always seem to talk about presentation, how to approach, how to present, but they don't deal in real life situations. I had a situation years ago where I was presenting to a guy who was the son of another businessman that I knew. And I didn't know this until the day before I went to visit with the son, that the father had passed away over the weekend. Talk about an awkward situation, but I was sensitive enough to address it in a way that seemed like it was a little bit of business, but let's talk about it later, but let's talk about how are you doing. And the guy was actually pretty okay, but at the same time, you don't know what you don't know because you don't know what you're going to run into. So you have to learn how to adapt. These are not taught in sales trainings. They don't talk about how to handle a guy who experienced a death in the family, or anybody for that matter who's struggling with the problem. You don't know what you might say. You might say the wrong thing. You might present the wrong thing. But trust me, when you learn the secrets of success in the 6-figure selling system, no situation you run into will elude you or surprise you. You will find that you can handle any situation at all. It's just a matter of setting your mind to it. When you set your mind to decide, I am going to sell to this company or to this individual, and you make up your mind to do it, it's almost like the door swings in your direction and you're invited to go in, because the universe is working to get you there, because you have put it out there and made the commitment. So be open-minded for this, because this is going to work for you. I can cite hundreds of examples, and I'll research them, so by the time you take my system, we can go over some of the people who have done these crazy things, including myself. But let's not talk about me. Let's talk about what is it that you're going to do. One of the things I'm going to offer is one-on-one consulting. So I hope you will join me for the six-figure selling system.